is centering. You have to center the plane table over a station. Third part is orientation. You have to orient the plane table towards north direction, and once these three parts are done, then we carry out plotting of the units in the field. So for first part, you have to ensure that all the three legs are equally spread and plane tabletop is leveled. Then you have to center this over a point, benchmark, or over a known point with the help of a plumbing fork and a plumb bob. So plumbing fork and plumb bob you can use to center the plane table over the station. Orientation we are doing with respect to magnetic north. This magnetic north, there is a compass fitted in the elidate. So with the help of the compass we can find out the north direction and orient our plane table with respect to it. Then you have to start your plotting details. So I will now explain you how to start the plotting detail. Suppose this is your ground point A and you are standing over this ground point. You mount you have already done orientation of the plane table over that station, and this ground point A, let us say, is transferred here. This is small a point on the plane table, and we have to plot by radiation method the surrounding point. Let us say this is pole, a particular building here. There is a electric pole which you have to plot, and here is the road. So you want to show all these features on your plane table. So what we do is, now we know that our plane table is oriented towards magnetic north direction. One by one we will bisect the objects and measure the distance with the help of the tape. So our plotting scale is 1:1000. So what we do is, we will measure the distance between, let us say this point is B, between A and B. This distance we will measure with a tape. And if this distance is, let us say, 20 meter on the ground, at this particular point, at point A, we will keep our elidate. This is the elidate, and I is on this side and our object will be on this side. So we are bisecting this particular object from here. This particular object we are bisecting from here. That means the object vein, I vein, and point B, they are all in one line. So we keep our elidate at point A, we rotate our elidate along this axis so that I vein, object vein passing through point A is in the same line as B. So once we know the direction of this point B and we know 20 meter distance from A, we'll draw a line with the marked edge of the elidate. We'll take the marked edge. One edge of the elidate is marked and another edge is not marked. So we'll always use the marked side where graduations are written. We'll use that. We'll draw the line at 1:1000 scale. This 20 meter will be 20 centimeter. So we will cut 20 centimeter distance on that line, and this B point is here. We will draw the symbol of the tree. and later on we can remove this particular line. So we simply show point A and point B, which is 2. Now we have to plot, say for example, this particular building, these two edges of the building. So we will bisect these 2 points C and D again with the help of the alidate kept at A and rotated in this direction, so that point A, I vane, object vane and C, they are in one line. So we get the direction. So this is our direction. We measure this distance again with a tape, and if this distance is 15 meters on the ground, our distance here from A will be 15 centimeters. So we get a point at 15 centimeter distance on the plane table. Similarly, we are doing for D. We are bisecting this point D again with the help of the alidate and measuring this distance on the ground and cutting down the distance at that 1:1000 scale. So once we get the 2 points, if I join these 2 points, this particular line is this line. So C and D points are represented here for this particular building. So if I take all the corners of the building, I can draw the shape of the building here. Now I'll have to take the observation of electric pole. So I will bisect my alidate towards, let us say this is E point, and again I will measure distance between A and E. So what we do is that we measure the distance between A and E again with the help of the tape. Let us say this distance is 30 meters. So here we have to draw a line which is 30 centimeters on the plane table in this direction. So again with the help of the simple alidate, we will orient the alidate so that we can see point E and cut down 30 centimeter distance. So by doing that, we are getting the electric pole. So we will draw a symbol of the electric pole, so we get that point. So what you see is that what we are doing here in radiation method, all the points which are in the surroundings, we are taking distance and we know the direction with the help of the alidate. We are simply plotting them by knowing the distance and direction. So as we know, if we know the distance and direction of a point, we can plot using the coordinate geometry problem. So same we are using. Now we have to plot this road. So in order to plot the road, you see that one point is here F, another point we take probably G, H, I, J, K, L, M, something like this we will take the points, because here we will take more number of points because of the curvature. We have to bring the exact shape of the road. So that is why we have to measure more number of points. We are taking the observation of the more number of points. So from A, again what we do is that we will keep here flags, because these are the ground points. We can't see the road, it is down below. So we'll keep a flag here. We'll keep a flag here, flag here, flag here, flag here, flag here, L and M. And every time we will measure the distance from A point with the help of tape. So we will spread the tape. We will measure these distances with a tape, and by measuring these distances we convert them on the plane table and find out those distances on the plane table with respect to point A. So we are orienting all these points, we are finding out the direction of these points using alidate. So when you are bisecting, you are getting the directions of these points from A. You measure the distance of these points from ground point with the tape and cut down these distances here. So when you do that, you will get the points and you can join these points, you will get the shape of the road, one edge. In order to get the other edge of the road, what you do is you simply measure the width of the road or take the average width of the road at 2-3 points, and at a plotting distance you cut down the distance and draw the road by simple sketching if the width is almost uniform. Then once you get one line, then another line of the road you can draw even without taking observations by sketch. Or you want to take some observations of this road also, you can take some observations in the same way as you have taken the observations here. So now you can see that all the points are surrounding the ground point A on the plane table. So this is called radiation method because the rays are radiating from point A, and in all the directions you have done the plotting. So once you have finished plotting from A, then the plane table position is shifted at another location, A2, and same thing is repeated from A2. Now all the surrounding details you will plot from A. So this way what we are doing is we are moving from one station to another station in such a way so that continuity is maintained. We keep on completing the work. We don't leave the pockets in between. We keep on doing the work. Now very important thing which you should remember is that you have to make use of the level and stuff. That means you have to take RLs of various points which you have observed here. So what we do in the radiation method, that when we are bisecting these points, all the surrounding points, at the same time we are taking the level reading, staff reading. So in order to do that, so that we can take both the readings simultaneously, what we are doing is we are keeping our staff, we are keeping our level close to plane level. So we are keeping this close to plane level, and using this level we are keeping staff at all these points wherever we have taken the observation, and we note down the middle wire reading. So we have done leveling exercise, we know how to do that. So at every point we will keep the staff and note down the middle wire reading. So once we know middle wire reading of each of these points from here, and we know the RL of A, we can calculate RL of all these points. So this is very, very important when you are performing this exercise, that at the same time when you bisect the object, at the same time you try to take the observations with the staff. So one person is taking observation here, plotting here, and another person is working on the level. So it's a teamwork which you have to do at the same time. So you take level readings, staff readings at all the points, and compute the RLs of all these points and write the value here. Suppose the RL of this particular point is 210.50, so you have to write itself on a 201.50. RL of the electric pole is 210.35, you have to write 210.5. So all the RL values should be written on the plane table. And at the same time you use proper symbols. So any object which you are drawing on your plane table, top map, you draw a proper symbol. So here we have already given you the list of the symbols. So you can select, you have to remember, you can select appropriate symbols for each of the feature, and whatever features you are now drawing on your plane table, you use proper symbol. You can see that these symbols are colored here. Different colors are given. So later on, once the whole map is prepared, you have to show the symbols in different colors. So you have to use appropriate colors to show the symbols later on, once you have finished the plotting part. And at the end, you have to show your map something like this. After proper legend and proper colors, proper boundary, format, your map should look like this. So that's your ultimate goal for this exercise.